We've got Steph and Gare here, and Gare has an icebreaker. We're gonna get right into it
Yeah.
because
Jump right
we've
into
been
it.
gossiping beforehand.
My feral text messages.
Per usual.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My friend Carmiel is coming to visit next week. The one from California.
I did
That's
not know you
cool.
had a friend named Carmiel.
Yeah, he's the best.
I didn't know until you sent us that screenshot. I was like,
He's-
"Ooh, his name."
He's the best. But he like randomly will be like text me and be like, got you a new follower, because like he like lives in San Diego and like meets all these like new people, and like whenever people
Aw.
like to read, he's like, follow my
Aw.
friend on Insta. So he's
So nice.
he's coming to visit next week, so the text messages are going to be feral then too. So
Yeah.
I love it.
but we recently did a challenge that I almost bowed out of and like panicked over, where we were recommending single POV thrillers. So I was thinking, I recently fell in love with an author, and she's notorious for like multiple POV, but also multiple timeline. And so I wanted to know if you were reading the back of a book and you were like, this sounds fantastic, right up my alley, like everything I love in a story, but it had the option of doing a dual timeline or a dual POV, which one would you choose?
Timeline. 100%. I just love when time is played with in general.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what I would probably lean toward always. And it always like pulls me to the end even faster.
I can see that.
I just love it.
I think that the only time recently that only a timeline was played with was Tell Me Everything by Cambria Brockman.
Oh yeah.
I've almost all of mine have been POV switch and maybe timeline switch. I don't know, Gary, you go next.
Love it.
I think for pacing wise, I'm gonna go timeline. I love when I get to the end and I see that there are things that are connected in the timeline.
Yeah.
Interest wise, POV usually, because I like when they like contradict one another.
Oh yeah, that is
like kind of like the show The Affair. Have you ever watched that?
Yeah.
And like
love that.
I fucking love that show so much. But I like love how like he's like, oh my god, this like waitress was like coming up in her cute little skirt and like bending over in front of me, and then like with her, she's like, I'm just trying to do my fucking job here, and this
She
man will
looks
not leave me
depressed
alone.
and tired and like
Yes.
isn't even wearing a
Yeah,
shirt.
and she's like, oh my god, this guy's a major creep. Like, get him out of here.
I love that. You're right. That's a good one too.
That's so unique that
you know what? I've been reading single POV a lot lately. I hadn't thought about it.
I think when I read POV shifts, it's like they're in different places or doing different things. Like I love what Gare's talking about, where like their actual perspective of something like is different. I don't know how often I've read that. Like that was such a unique experience for me watching that show. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with POV.
You stumped her.
You did stump me.
My
last 5-star read was multiple POV linear timeline, so I'm just going with it. I like them all. See, it's interesting because I think I like all of them. It'd be so different if I definitely didn't like one. Like if there are people that it's so interesting to me that there's people that do not like those shifts.
That's how I feel.
I guess when I started getting really into reading, those were so common. There might be people where like I don't know if that's newer.
Who was I just talking to about that? I can't remember. I was talking to an author. Maybe it was when we were in Houston. I don't know.
Hallie?
But yeah, we were trying to, or I think it might have been Ashley when we were in Houston. I think we were talking about the prevalence of multi-POV now.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know how I had on a few episodes ago that our book club read Mary Higgins Clark from 1975, Where Are the Children? I finished it and like it's all in third person except for one like the villain's perspective. But like even then, it was cool to me that like, is that the dog? Oh my gosh.
I just like love how like every time he's like, "Fuck you, mom."
I know, I can't believe you're recording again. I don't know if she keeps this in or not. It was just interesting. There was like perspectives of like everyone in the town. Like different people in the community, like that had a perspective. It was actually so cool. And I couldn't believe that was 1975.
Wasn't that also in the new or like the latest Shari Lapina?
I have not read it.
Oh my
I
god,
still
it's my
need to.
favorite one of hers so far.
Oh.
Like, what is it called? Someone Knew Something?
Is it
Fucking
out
no.
yet or not?
Yeah. It's like the one from last year.
Oh.
Fuck you. Is
Someone
Kate...
knew something was so funny.
I just saw you like cackling. And I was like, fuck you. You know that I'm awful. I'm awful with titles anyway, but that was by far the worst one I've made up. Someone knows something. Fucking
That's
idiot.
kind of how most of them are.
Yeah. Okay,
Hi.
in my defense, she does have one called Someone We Know.
Oh.
But it's called What Have You Done?
Are you saying hi to everybody?
Yeah.
He's like, I heard you made up a dumb fucking book, Uncle Garrett.
No.
Yeah, what have you done?
Yeah, I mean, I like when it was cool how like every person, like, oh, this person stopped at the grocery store and saw this, and this person like saw this car drive by, and like everyone had this little piece that like made the puzzle come together, and I thought that was so cool. So it can't be that new if it was in 1975, I guess was my point.
I just thought it was really cool that like she did that in 1975 and like somebody like did it recently, but I love that. I love when there's like a lot of POVs or like random like when you're reading like a whodunit or something where there's like the detective and they're interviewing random people throughout the town.
Yeah.
And like interwoven chapters. I like that too.
That has to be kind of real, right? Like they're kind of asking whoever was around.
It must be.
Yeah.
So we were thinking today, though, that we would do our 5 favorite authors and our favorite book by them. So that's what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. Might have some repeats.
I have like
I have a long list, so.
I have a long list too, because I was like, I know we're going to.
Well, and I even meant like you're probably going to hear about books we've talked about before, but
here
we are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also
for sure
put some backlist in there.
For sure.
I like it. Well, should I start?
Yeah.
I think I do always start, don't I?
Yeah.
Since I kind of mentioned her before, maybe. I don't know if that was recorded or not. But I just keep this year thinking about how much I love The Last Housewife. I just keep thinking about it. And for anyone who's ever heard me talk about it, you know that partially it's because of that fucking amazing finale scene. It will never leave my mind ever. And obviously Ashley's
Unhinged
a fave.
show.
I mean, it is a glorious, good for her shit show.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Ashley's one of my faves. I can't remember if I just said that either, guys. You just got to bear with my.
I'm so glad you started with Ashley.
Brain.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that was the one that I knew that like all three of us were gonna pick.
I knew one of you was gonna
pick.
Yeah. So if you have not read this one, which is more common than I think I like convince myself, here is the synopsis. While in college in upstate New York, Shay Evans and her best friends. Wow. Shay Evans and her best friends met a captivating man who seduced them with a web of lies about the way the world works, bringing them under his thrall. By senior year, Shay and her friend Laurel were the only ones who managed to escape. Now, 8 years later, Shay has built a new life in a tiny Texas suburb. But when she hears the horrifying news of Laurel's death, delivered of all ways by her favorite true crime podcast, Crusader, She begins to suspect that the past she thought she buried is still very much alive, and the predators more dangerous than ever. Recruiting the help of the podcast host, Shay goes back to the place she vowed never to return to in search of answers. As she follows the threads of her friend's life, she's pulled into a dark, seductive world where wealth and privilege shield brutal philosophies that feel all too familiar. When Shay's obsession with uncovering the truth becomes so consuming, she can no longer separate her desire for justice from darker desires newly reawakened. She must confront the depths of her own complicity and conditioning. But in a world built for men to rule it, both inside the cult and outside of it, is justice even possible? And if so, how far will Shay go to get it? I mean, I think we know why it's been on my brain a little bit more. So, yeah, if you just need to just bask in some female rage and can handle lots of trigger warnings, this one's for you.
We would say this is her darkest book, right?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, I think people that read thrillers, this just like goes in a direction where you're like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like,
it at least has such a high concentration of very dark moments compared to any of the other ones. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I would definitely say it's her darkest.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the violence in This Book Will Bury Me is darker.
I know.
Oh,
but
yeah.
And it's like emotionally heavier.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like this one is like, oh my God, there's so many scenes I'm just like replaying in my mind.
Yeah, me too.
I'll just say this, like there's kind of like a sex cult aspect, and you're just a little bit like, ooh, am I gonna get uncomfy right now? It's like, okay.
Yeah.
So if there's probably some parts where you're like, where is this going?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God,
definitely.
Such a little fucking genius.
That ending, man. Get it.
I love it. Yeah. I can still see it vividly.
My memory's so bad with books, but that part I'm like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh God.
I know.
I love her.
I do too. She's gonna be in Chicago. I'm hoping I'll be able to go to that one on the 28th with Lane Fargo.
Freaking book club.
Shut the fuck up. With Lane Fargo? I want to go to that. When is it?
It's on a Monday, but it's on the 28th
of
book club that
April.
April. Oh, that's
like in a week.
Huh?
Yeah, 10 days. Oh, it'd be so cool if you could come, though.
I know.
We really need to actually book.
We've got to sync something up.
I know.
I thought Steph and I might be able to.
Me too. And then I plan my stuff a year in advance, and this is the kind of stuff that happens. Being type A has some drawbacks.
Oh, it does. Just ask your shoulders.
Oh, Gare, you're up.
Okay, I'll go. I'm just gonna get this out of the way.
Wait, are you gonna go like similar to something you may have shared earlier?
I'm gonna go like, yeah. I mean, I have like those, and then I also have like other ones.
Okay.
So if people, if we have ones in common, then we can all agree and love. So obviously, I will never talk about my favorite authors without like drooling over Jessica Noel and like how much I love her. And Bright Young Women is my favorite book in the entire world. There's no lie there. I just think it's like fantastic. It's everything I love in a book. It's beautifully written. The characters are amazing, and it's Jessica Noel. And the cover is fucking gorgy.
All of the covers are so cool.
So on a Saturday in 1978 in Florida, in the middle of the night, a man breaks into a female student dormitory. He goes from room to room and kills several residents. He will soon be known as one of the most famous serial killers in the USA, but he was observed committing his crime. The survivors, including key witness Pamela Schumacher, will forever changed by this night. They have all become victims, but they tell their perspectives here. They remain masters of their stories, and they hunt the perpetrator on their own, against resistance from the justice system and the police, against public opinion, which idolizes the serial killer. Fuck yeah, Jessica Noel.
So good.
Oh my god.
And so similar because I comped This Book Will Bury Me. Has some similar feelings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like obviously this one's loosely based on Ted Bundy.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that like the name Ted Bundy is not in this book once.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the killer is not in this book once. He's only known as like the defendant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that she wrote this book for the reason of like everybody knows who Ted Bundy is, but most people can't name like one of his victims.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's like written in a way that like even if you know the Ted Bundy like story, it's just like written like so like well in the sense that it just like really like draws you in.
Yeah.
And I'm obsessed. I love her.
Mm-hmm.
We'll accept no slander.
No. All I can think of is
Keep
that
it to
TikTok trend
yourself.
where like women are going by punching their husbands in the throat.
I did not know that.
Why is that not in my
Like they like
algorithm?
walk by and it's like when your husband asks you to stop buying books and she like goes like this and he's like
Oh my god. How is that not in my FYP?
I think the sound is from this like Jason Bateman movie with Melissa McCarthy where she has
Oh,
the
yeah,
big
like
red curly hair.
in their like
Yeah.
road trip or something.
Yeah, there's like some like road trip and he says something and she like punches him in the throat. But like people are
Oh,
like
yeah.
using the sound and like being like when your husband tells you to do this and then they like
Oh, that's smart.
yeah, it's funny.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Tyler's gonna be happy when he gets home.
Yeah,
Be like, Garrett told me this new cool thing.
yeah. Watch this.
Watch it. Oh my gosh. So my next one, I'm actually going to shout out a book that's coming out because I am so excited for it. I have not read it yet. So one of my favorite authors that I just discovered in 2024, no surprise, is Rachel Harrison. I've talked about her a lot. But she has a new book coming out in 2025. And it's probably one of the only ones I haven't talked about yet. So this one is called Play Nice, and it has like the most Kate vibe cover.
It's
color scheme.
Yes. I love it.
So let's see here. A woman must confront the demons of her past. Ooh. Cleo Louise Barnes leads a picture-perfect life as a stylist and influencer, but beneath the glossy veneer, she harbors a not-so-glamorous secret. She grew up in a haunted house. Well, not haunted, possessed. After Cleo's parents' messy divorce, her father Alex moved Cleo, her sister, and her sisters into a house occupied by a demon. Or Alex claimed. That's not what Cleo's sisters remember or what the courts determined when they stripped Alex of custody after she went off the deep end. But Alex was insistent. She even wrote a book about her experience in the house. After Alex's sudden death, the supposedly possessed house passes to Cleo and her sisters. Where her sisters see childhood trauma, Cleo sees an opportunity for house flipping content. Only as the home makeover process takes place, Cleo discovers there might be some truth to her mother's claims. As memories resurface and Cleo finally reads her mother's book, the presence in the house becomes more real and more sinister, revealing ugly truths that threaten to shake Cleo's beautiful life to its very foundation. I'm excited.
I need to request this one if it's on NetGalley.
I just gave up right away because I've never gotten a Berkeley book because I'm not there yet.
Oh, I forgot that.
I'm still excited.
I would like to accept 0 arcs in like September, October and like binge her entire catalog.
Oh my god, that would be a perfect time to read it.
Mm-hmm.
She's so great voice, I think. And like I'm not like we've talked about this so many times before. Like I don't really know if I'm like a horror reader. I'm not really sure, but I like her horror.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still haven't read a single one of hers yet. Maybe that's what I need to read next because I need a good one to read next because this last one didn't go anywhere.
Dude, Black Sheep is about a devil cult and it's so voicey. I think you'd like it.
Maybe I'll do Black Sheep.
Yeah.
What did I read?
I'm thinking about Devil and Mrs. Davenport, but I also feel like I don't want to go back in time, but like I also feel like I'm going to love it.
It doesn't feel that back in time.
Okay.
I mean, just as like women's struggles are still women's struggles, if you know what I mean.
A fucking
Like
minute.
it could have been taken place whenever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Either one
Well.
I think is good.
Oh my gosh, my next one I had to talk about. I mean, for multiple reasons. One, because Gare introduced me to this book, and now two of my other friends who are also on this platform. So I had to talk about The Woman Inside by E.G. Scott when they were E.G. Scott.
Mm-hmm.
It just felt right for this podcast.
Yes.
So for those of you who have not read it, Rebecca didn't know love was possible until she met Paul, a successful, charismatic, married man with a past as dark as her own. Their pain drew them together with an irresistible magnetism. They sensed that they were each other's ideal and perhaps only match. But 20 years later, Paul and Rebecca are drowning as the damage and secrets that ignited their love begin to consume their marriage. Paul is cheating on Rebecca, and his affair gets messy fast. His mistress is stalking them with growing audacity when Rebecca discovers Paul's elaborate plan to build a new life without her. And though Rebecca is spiraling into an opiate addiction, it doesn't stop her from coming up with a devious plot of her own, and this one could end absolutely everything. What follows is an unpredictable and stylish game of cat and mouse, a shocking tale of unfaithfulness and unreliability that will keep you racing until the final twist and make you wonder just how well you really know your spouse. Which really is sometimes the downside of reading so many thrillers, because sometimes it's like, how do you really know anyone?
Oh, you're skeptical as hell.
Story
You're
of
like,
my life. Spoiler alert, you
We're
don't!
talking about one of their favorite books. But yeah, I had to shout them out. Obviously, they're writing under their separate names now, and they have Imposter Hour. Go listen to it if you like hearing about creatives with Imposter Hour. But this one's so good.
Oh my god, I fucking love The Woman Inside so much.
Do you know how many times I've asked AJ lately, or told him, I was like, I feel like there's something you're not telling me. Like say it all the time. But I think it's just like
I love this
mood. Not like I think he's keeping anything from me. It's more just like I'm stressed, or you know what I mean. But I'm like, I feel like you're not telling me everything.
I mean, the good thing is, like, if he ever did, then like you're gonna be able to tell because he's gonna react a little differently.
Yeah, it's true. Be like, I'll find out. Don't worry. That's always my comeback.
Oh god, we are just shining rays of positivity today.
I love you. I just love how nonchalant you said that. Like, I'll find out. Don't worry.
Oh, that's like how conversations in my house are. I'm just like, I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. Oh my god.
I'm trying to play.
Oh man.
E.G. Scott.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like feverishly like going through the ones that like I don't want to reference TikTok again, but like I feel like I've been scrolling so much. But there's
same.
There's this girl that I fucking love, and like she's like she always like ends her TikTok with like she's complaining about something, and she's like, shut the fuck up. Yes. Do you know her? Yes. I love her so much, but so I feel like that would be like me, where I'm like, I had to get Jessica Noel out of the way, because like if somebody like took Jessica Noel, I'd be like,
right.
I could see it.
So it's so funny though too, like how pissed you feel if someone didn't like a book that you loved, but like we also all know what it's like to read a book and be like, I thought I was gonna love it, I don't know, it didn't work for me, but like someone else says it about something we love and we're like, fuck you.
Yeah, like if one of you guys were like, one of my favorite authors is Jessica Noel, and I'm gonna talk about like Brett Young, I'd be like, what the fuck?
So if one of us actually did that with a straight face, I would be so shocked.
It would be so confusing.
You just don't do it.
So without further ado,
okay.
I have a weird soapbox. Did you know that it's called a bald-faced lie and not a bold-faced lie?
I recently found that out because of Victoria Helen Stone's new book.
I thought Victoria Helen Stone book was called Bald-Faced Liar because it was a play on Bold-Faced Liar.
Oh.
So
I thought it was bold also.
I thought it was bold until today.
Oh, yeah, just recently found that out.
What's weird is I knew it was bald,
Oh,
but I must have seen something recently this week, because the crazier part is that I was thinking about it and I was like, it doesn't even make any sense. So like I was thinking about it recently about how it didn't make sense.
I feel like bold
'Cause,
makes more sense.
like,
Yeah, because you like
faces
a
aren't
bold,
known
like
for being
that's
hairy.
bold, like that's bold of you to fucking lie to me,
Yes,
motherfucker. So
I agree.
maybe it's just like bald people that lie. Never trust a baldy.
The phrase bald faced lie is used to describe a lie that is blatant and easily recognizable, similar to a person with no facial hair, which is bald. It implies that the lie is so obvious that it doesn't require any clever deception. But that would have to mean that, like, it was from a person who used to have facial hair for it to be
Yeah.
obvious. Like, that's still not a blanket statement.
Well, if you're that bad at lying, it's still bold of you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know.
I don't
We have
know.
our own little dictionary of
True that.
phrases.
Yeah.
I will never say bald face liar. Anyway, one little angel that I will never bald face or bold face lie about is my little angel baby, Jennifer Hillier.
Oh.
I love her so fucking much. I sent her a message today and I was like, I can't wait to meet you in a month. If I pass out, look for somebody who looks like Henry Cavill to resuscitate me.
Hell yeah.
See you in a month.
I was just talking about Jennifer Hillier with Hallie like 3 hours ago when we recorded.
She is so fucking brutal. I love her.
Yeah.
Love.
Are you like, thank you for your cover re-releases? Because this is awesome.
I haven't mentioned it, but I'm hoping that like when I see her, I can be like, what's the tea on that? Give me the scoop. She'll like, she'll like, get out of here. So my favorite of hers, this was really hard between Jar of Hearts and Things We Do in the Dark.
Mm.
And I feel like I've only read Things We Do in the Dark once. So like maybe that's why it's difficult, because I've read Jar of Hearts like probably 3 or 4 times. Maybe 5. Who knows? So I'm just going to go with Jar of Hearts because it involves a serial killer and I fucking love serial killers. Fictional ones. Fictional ones.
Let's be clear.
So this is the story about 3 best friends who are not us. One who was murdered, one who went to prison, and the one who's been searching for the truth all of these years. When Angela Wong was 16 years old, she was one of the most popular girls in school, and she disappeared without a trace. Nobody ever suspected that her best friend, Georgina Shaw, now an executive and rising star at her Seattle pharmaceutical company, was involved in any way. Certainly not Kaiser Brody, who was close with the girls back in high school. 14 years later, Angela Wong's remains are discovered in the woods near Gio's childhood home. Kaiser, now a detective with the Seattle PD, finally learns the truth. Angela was the victim of Calvin James, the same Calvin James who murdered at least 3 other women. To the authorities, Calvin is a serial killer, but to Gio, he's something else entirely. Back in high school, Calvin was Gio's first love. Turbulent and often volatile, their relationship bordered on obsession from the moment they met right up until the night Angela was killed. For 14 years, Gio knew what happened to Angela and told no one. She carried the secret of Angela's death until she was arrested and sent to prison. While everyone thinks that they finally know the truth, there are dark secrets buried deep. What happened that fateful night is more complex and more chilling than anyone really knows. Now the obsessive past catches back up with the deadly present when new bodies begin to turn up. Killed the exact same manner as Angela Wong. Boom, boom, boom. That's such a long synopsis.
Gosh, it's been so long since I've read that book. Like, it's obviously amazing. It's just been so long for me. It's probably when I first read it. Listening to you guys.
That's what I read it when I first started recording with Gare. It's his legacy.
Yeah.
It is. Oh my god, it is just so freaking good. And I think like
it is.
It was one of my it was one of my first like Bookstagram books that like I was like, this is the darkest thing I've ever read in my entire life. And like I loved it. Yeah. Like I read this before I read like Pretty Girls. Yeah. It was definitely one of the ones that I was like, holy shit, like this is crazy, but like obsessed.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. I love that you have like, I don't know if I could tell you like just like my top whatever favorite books, and I love that you have those and you're like ready.
Hardcore passionate about them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, gun to my head, I could list them off in like 10 seconds.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, my next one's not that dark. It's a little wild, more wild than I thought it was. So I have talked a few times about how much I love Sally Hepworth, but recently I binged one of her older books called The Family Next Door. And she, I think, used to be more like drama, and now she's more thriller. And I feel like this was kind of in that middle ground, in my opinion. And I will say this reminded me of like, I love a neighborhood suspense. Like, I love one. Like Lisa Jewell, The Other Mothers, The Whispers, like, give it. Okay. So the small suburb of Pleasant Court lives up to its name. It's the kind of place where everyone knows their neighbors and children play in the street. Isabel Hetherington doesn't fit into this picture of family paradise. Husbandless and childless, she soon catches the attention of three Pleasant Court mothers. But Ange, Fran, and Essie have their own secrets to hide, like the reason behind Ange's compulsion to control every aspect of her life, or why Fran won't let her sweet, gentle husband wear near her new baby, or why 3 years ago Essie took her daughter to the park and returned home without her. As their obsession with their new neighbor grows, the secrets of these three women begin to spread, and they'll soon find out that when you look at something too closely, you see things you never wanted to see. It was bonkers. Like, there was some bonkers reveals, and I was like, bring it on. Like,
why have I not read this one yet?
Yeah.
I think, well, when is it from? 2018?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It sounds so like what I really love about her is that like her books you're like this is gonna be so juicy and gossipy and like fast paced, and they are, but like I find that like what I really like about her is that like all of her books are usually darker than you think they're going to be.
Yeah.
Like Darling Girls was so much darker than I thought it was going to be. I was like, holy mother of pearl.
I still need to read that one.
Oh yeah, you do need to read that one.
Oh, it's so good.
This one is like, I wouldn't go dark. I would go like, I think I wrote in my review, like, don't come up and be like, oh, that's so unrealistic. Like, I'm telling you right now, it's probably not going to be something you'll encounter in real life. But I think it's like real stuff. It's just not stuff you encounter a lot. Like, don't even tell me.
It's not in stock at my Canadian bookstore.
I've never seen it on a shelf. I got it from Libby. Like, I bet I'd have to order it.
Yeah.
I've been to multiple bookstores lately, and like lately some of my 5-star reads, I'm like, I have to order a bunch of them to have trophies because they're not on shelves. Like Devil and Mrs. Davenport's not on any shelves. I gotta order some.
The Canadian cover is like darker though. Like it's like the same cover, but like it's like darker.
Oh yeah, it's like a darker sky.
Yeah.
It's darker blue and yellow.
That's
like,
my shit.
Not that like slashy written font. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
I will fucking eat up every single one of them too. Like,
they're all fucking good though.
Give me a fucking.
Not saying it's terrible. It's
give me a blue and yellow
persistent.
cover with like a fucking paintbrush font, and I'm just like,
you're like, I'm gonna
fucking feral for it. Sign me up. I will gobble that up like fucking pizza on a Saturday. Let me tell you what. Yum, yum, yum.
A window with a light on, bitch. Now.
Yeah, with like maybe like a single female silhouette.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
I was gonna say one or two.
A very cartoon silhouette, by the way. Like with like fucking
or it's like a silhouette in the background. You're like, does she know someone's behind her?
I love the silhouette where like she clearly has like the very like stereotypical like Barbie ponytail that looks like a question mark.
Or like the Megan Collins one, like because it's so much about pregnancy, like the bellies are like super obvious, which is a good book. We're just laughing about covers, guys.
We're just laughing because there's so many. Oh,
there's one.
The fucking Lego Bob.
He's a Lego Bob. Oh my god. Oh boy.
Oh god, we're so
All the
funny.
books I have right now have like almost the same cover, but none of them are that shockingly.
Mhm.
These are
Well-
the Frida McFadden books I have left, and look at all the spines. There's like one that's not black and yellow.
Well, I love that they're kind of similar, but like the font size and spacing is different on every single
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, silly.
Elfrida. Elfrida.
I love it.
I'm a Frida Rena.
Well, I have a blue cover for my next one, but there's no yellow.
Okay.
Oh, just kidding. There's one little strip of yellow, but it's not. It doesn't count as the cover. But speaking of blue covers and authors who used to write drama but write more thrillers, I love Lisa Jewell. And I loved The Night She Disappeared. For whatever reason, that one just has stuck with me for years.
Yeah.
And it's like you're underneath the water in a pool cover, so that's why it's blue.
Mm-hmm.
The synopsis though, 2017, 19-year-old Tallulah is going out on a date, leaving her baby with her mother, Kim. Kim watches her daughter leave, and as late evening turns into night, which turns into early morning, she waits for her return and waits. The next morning, Kim phones Tallulah's friends, who tell her that Tallulah was last seen heading to a party at a house in the nearby woods called Dark Place. She never returns. 2019, Sophie is walking in the woods near the boarding school where her boyfriend has just started work as a head teacher when she sees a note fixed to a tree. Dig here. A cold case, an abandoned mansion, family trauma, and dark secrets lie at the heart of Lisa Jewell's remarkable new novel. I didn't need to read that last part, but my dog was trying to climb on me. If you're watching YouTube, you'll see. So I was just trying to keep reading.
He's like, come on, Mom.
Can you look at if you're on Goodreads, you should look at the other edition of her book.
Oh my gosh, I'm scrolling. Why isn't it showing it to me?
Oh.
That's weird. Oh, here we go. I have to. Oh my gosh. There is a blue and yellow version of this.
There is.
Why is mine not loading?
Mine wasn't either. I had to like toggle something down.
It's definitely a silhouette. I love it.
It's too funny.
Oh my god, there is.
Well, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see, and then otherwise you'll just have to go yourself.
Actually, too, the thing that's funny is the US paperback has a lot of more yellow in it.
Yeah, it does. I don't like that font. I'm just gonna say it.
It doesn't work.
I don't like it.
I think
That's
that the one, maybe it must be the US hardcover or something, that kind of more serifed font.
Yeah.
Really nice looking.
I like that one more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same.
But yeah, it is
from laughing.
definitely dual timelines. And I think that's funny, since that was your icebreaker. I think it's dual timelines and multiple POVs.
I think so.
I love that. I love when it's multiple timelines. There's something about like a shitload of multiple POVs and timelines like all in one. I just read one that had like three POVs and like 5 timelines within them.
Whoa.
Fucking amazing.
Was it a thriller?
Yeah.
Is it Lisa Gray?
Yeah.
We got you, boo.
Yeah,
I need to read that one.
The Night. Oh my god.
That sounds like
Dead
there's
of
a lot
Night
to keep track of, and that's what my brain likes.
Dead of Night is her newest one. I fucking ate it up. It was so good. It was like very much like seaside like vibes. And I really had no idea where the friggin' story was going until like I had like an inkling at like 80%, and then I was like still wrong. So Lisa Gray is gonna be my next pick. Because I read 2 of her books this year, and then in the matter of a week I read 6. I caught up. I read I fucking love her so much. I've talked about the final act on here. I love it's like a Hollywood thriller, but during my read, I started the Jessica Shaw series, which has like 4 books in it, and they all have like trope or like plot devices that I'm like obsessed with. But the one that stuck with me that was like dark, and I was like, oh my god, you guys, like I am like full on like tearing up right now. Other than the final act, like this is my favorite one. It's the 3rd book in the Jessica Shaw series, but like you still have to read the first 2, but you won't regret it because she's brilliant. But it's Dark Highway by Lisa Gray. Like I ate this shit up. It was just, I mean, so addictive. Um, an isolated highway in the middle of the desert, the perfect place to hide a secret. LA-based artist Lori Simmons disappeared 2 months ago. Her camper van abandoned in the isolated 29 Palms Highway, miles from anything or anyone. With the police investigation stalled, her parents put in all their faith in private investigator Jessica Shaw to find out the truth of what happened. Jessica and her partner, Matt Connor, discover that 2 other women are missing. Their disappearance is connected to the same highway. When a link emerges between these women and a group of former college friends, Jessica feels certain they're closing in on their target. No sooner do they follow up than Lori's parents get spooked and drop the case. Jessica's blindsided but determined not to give up. 3 women are missing and many more may be at risk. She can't turn her back on them, but the more she pulls at the threads of the truth, the closer she comes to danger. Can she find out who's behind the crimes before they come for her? Damn. Jessica Shaw is the baddest motherfucker. I love her so much. She is like tough as shit.
I like that.
I love that you've just like burned through her books.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I read the final act, which I'm like obsessed with. And then I read The Dark Room and I was like, wow, The Dark Room was like super fucking dark. Like, holy shit. And then I like collected her books and I like was like, oh, I need to get into these. And like all of the Jessica Shaw books have plots that I like. Like there's like a missing highway, there's like cold case murder, there's like one that's like about of like group of women who like write to serial killers in prison. They're just so good. And so I like binged them and I was like, Dark Highway is like the most perfect book for me. It's just so good. She even has one that's like, if you like Selling Sunset, like I'm addicted to that. It's like My Housewives. She has one about like these like 5 brokers who like live in Los Angeles and they're like, you like if you sell this $50 like Malibu mansion, you get $1 million. And then like the night of the open house, there's a body in the pool. So it's like Selling Sunset with like fucking murder. Oh
yeah.
So good.
With fucking murder,
Fucking
y'all.
Isn't it fun when there's like an author that just like, you're like, this is my niche. You've got me.
I've read 8 of her books and every single one of them have been 4 to 5 stars for me.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Every single, like there's not like, and I love her so much,
Yeah,
but
she's
like
prolific. She just pumps them out, right?
8 books. I'm like, there's going to be probably one that didn't, you know, that might not work for me that well, which is fine. But I was like, holy fuck, Lisa. Like, I am just like, no, every single one of them worked for me. Every single one of them worked for me.
Yeah. I like that.
She's kind of like, I would say like Karen Slaughter meets Jennifer Hillier with the pacing of Alice Feeney and Frida McFadden.
Damn. Wowza.
Like,
that's fascinating, yeah.
Like not so much like popcorn thriller as Frida McFadden, but like just like the pacing, like you're like, yeah, I'm not putting this puppy down.
Yeah. Yeah, addictive.
Love.
Ooh.
I'm obsessed.
Well, I guess speaking of authors that have like a lot of books and they're pretty dark, I'm going to talk about Jess Lowry. I don't really know which one to talk about because I really like a lot of hers. So I always like honestly avoid talking about Quarry Girls because I feel like that's her most famous one. But I will say it was the first one I read, and so I'm going to talk about that one. And I also think it's like really unique in my opinion. Minnesota, 1977. For the teens of one close-knit community, summer means late-night swimming parties at the quarry, the county fair, and venturing into the tunnels beneath the city. But for two best friends, it's not all fun and games. Heather and Brenda have a secret, something that they saw in the dark, something they can't forget. They've decided to never tell a soul, but their vow is tested when their friend disappears, the second girl to vanish in a week, and yet the authorities are reluctant to investigate. Searching for answers on her own, Heather fears that no one in her community is who they seem to be. Not the police, not the boys she and Brenda met at the quarry, not even their parents. Heather is terrified that the missing girls will never be seen alive again because of what she stumbled upon that night. She knows she's the only one who can keep it from happening again. I feel like Jess Lowry's books, she has a lot of like teen protagonists.
Mm-hmm.
They're not YA by any means,
Fuck
but
no.
I really like that though. Like I really like having like a teen written from an adult perspective, kind of. I think like the tunnels underneath the town are super unique. I really like that. And like Midwest thriller is always fun for me.
Yeah.
That's my favorite of hers too.
Yeah.
There's like one scene in that book that like is engraved in my mind.
Is it down in the tunnels?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 Wild.
I was like, holy mother
Man.
God.
It's about time I read her books.
Wait, have you not
Have you read
the
any?
Quarry Girls?
Haven't read a single one.
Okay.
Oh.
Still.
Oh, honey.
I love that.
Oh.
And I will say I am probably an outlier in this crew that like I don't love a series. Like I'm a standalone girl, but I do love her. What are they? Steinbeck and Reed, the Millers. I do like her series because I think the detectives are really unique and cool.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that. I think I'm behind on one of those.
I think there's two out and one's coming out in July, the third one. Okay. And they should be read in order, in my opinion. I do not think they're standalones. I dropped a bottle.
Oh, I thought it was your cat doing something.
Oh, no, that was totally me. Moving books around, causing chaos.
Okay, that means I am next. Oh my gosh. Well, I talked about her earlier, so I will definitely still need to mention Elaine Fargo, and I was torn because I did really love the favorites in just a very unique way that I was not expecting.
Yeah.
But like They Never Learn is still my favorite. It's just the truth. Wow, this is long.
You got some bangers on this revenge tour you're talking about with your favorite author.
Oh my god. Are they all revenge? They probably are.
Wait, what was the second one? Was that one? No.
Yeah.
Last Housewife.
The Night Shift.
The Woman
They
Inside.
Never Learn. Woman Inside.
Oh,
Why She Disappeared is a little different.
All of them have like a good for her moment though.
Oh yeah.
What can I say? That's the next t-shirt I need to make.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, my dogs are being so weird, and Tyler just got home, so we'll see how this goes. Scarlett Clark is an exceptional English professor, but she's even better at getting away with murder. Every year, she searches for the worst man at Gorman University and plots his well-deserved demise. Thanks to her meticulous planning, she's avoided drawing attention to herself, but as she's preparing for her biggest kill yet, the school starts probing into the growing body count on campus. Determined to keep her enemies close, Scarlett insinuates herself into the investigation and charms the woman in charge, Dr. Mina Pierce. Everything's going according to her master plan until she loses control with her latest victim, putting her secret life at risk of exposure. Meanwhile, Gorman student Carly Schiller is just trying to survive her freshman year. Finally free of her emotionally abusive father, all Carly wants is to focus on her studies and fade into the background. Her new roommate has other ideas. Allison Hadley is cool and confident, everything Carly wishes she could be, and the two girls quickly form an intense friendship. So when Allison is sexually assaulted at a party, Carly becomes obsessed with making the attacker pay and turning her fantasies about revenge into a reality. So Steph was right. I am on a revenge train right now.
I like it. I'm into it.
I fucking love that book so
It's
much.
like, I think this was, I don't know for sure, but I feel like this was my first like female serial killer book, and I was like, wow, that works for me.
Yeah. I definitely, like, when I was reading that, I was like, it wasn't my first one, but it was my first likable one.
Yeah, that
Like,
could be
I
it
liked
too.
her. I liked her. My other one was Gretchen from the Chelsea Kane series.
Oh.
And
Summit Lake?
no,
No.
Chelsea
No.
Kane,
Not Summit Lake.
oh
That's
my god. It's like
It's like red.
Cold of Night, I
Oh.
think is one of them.
I'm thinking of the wrong things.
But it's like the
Oh.
serial killer who was like the psychologist, and she was working with the FBI, and like she was having an affair with like the lead detective, and then she tried to murder him.
Mm.
And then like he's like still visiting her in prison because he's like in love with her because she's like batshit fucking crazy, but she's hot as fuck.
That'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Gretchen is not likable, but I love
Mm-hmm.
They Never Learn. Good for her.
Scarlett's
Yes.
so good. I think that one was kind of set up for like a could continue, and if it does, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of pressure probably to if you do continue that, so maybe just leave it. But like, she's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's like one of my top like books that I really want to see this adapted.
Yes.
I really want
At
to see
least
it
the
adapted.
favorites is probably.
Yeah.
I know, but like,
I know.
I worked so hard on my cast for the favorites that like if they picked anyone else, I'd be like, why?
I know. I feel like there's a few books where I'm like, yeah, cool. And there's some that I'm like, if they do it, they should hopefully do it right. Or don't do it at all.
Oh, you mean like how somebody that I think is always fucking on the ball with interesting plots is my homegirl, Catherine Ryan Howard.
Ooh.
Obsessed. I think like every one of her books is like so like unique and just like wild shit show crazy, and I love her. And my favorite is The Trap. I still think about the ending probably once a week for the last like year and a half. So it is an unsettling mystery inspired by the series of still unsolved disappearances in Ireland in the 90s, where one young woman risks everything to catch a faceless killer. A year ago, Lucy's sister Nikki left to meet friends at a pub in Dublin and never came home. The third Irish woman to vanish inexplicably in as many years, the agony of not knowing what happened that night has turned Lucy's life into a waking nightmare. So she's going to take matters into her own hands. Angela works as a civilian paper pusher in the missing persons unit, but wants nothing more than be a fully fledged member of the Garda Irish police force. With the official investigation into the missing women stalled, she begins pulling on a thread that could break the case wide open and destroy her chances of ever joining the force. A nameless man drives through the night, his latest victim in the back seat. He's going to tell her everything from the beginning, and soon she'll realize what you don't know can hurt you.
It is so good. Oh my gosh. Someone, I can't remember who asked in the book club earlier, but they were like, is The Trap, is it really good? And I was like, yes. And then I was like telling them like the story of like how we ended up reading it, Gare and I did, around the same time. And we could not stop talking about the ending. We were just like sending all caps back and forth.
Yeah. I was like so obsessed with it too. I looked up the case that it's like loosely based on, and I like watched a documentary in like the worst quality on YouTube because it's like the only way I could find it, so I could like learn more about this because I was like so like stuck in this book. And I just like stare at it sometimes and I'm like, I'm gonna reread you one day.
It is so
short.
Good. Is it really? I would have thought, my gut would have said it was long, but
no. If you look at like the physical book, it's pretty short.
Yeah.
I think the audio is pretty short.
I think her biggest one is Runtime.
Mm.
That was a long one, which was so good anyway, but whatever. Her newest one's on its way. The one that's not being...
Notice?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. That cover's
Dude,
really good.
This is one of those moments where it sucks that I don't read physical books because I can't just like order it from the UK to my Kindle.
Yeah.
You can't order, and so that's interesting. You can't get an ebook, or do they not have ebooks?
They didn't publish it in the US, so like his book is coming, I'm
this.
assuming, from the UK somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am not understanding this. Because she's
Oh,
just
yeah,
like,
why
nothing's
would
crazy
they
is
not
happening.
pick it
It
up?
just isn't happening. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah. I
That
want to know the
sounds
tea.
dramatic.
I want to know the tea on it too.
Yeah.
Because like I would
She's had so many published here.
She's had so many published here, and they're all by Blackstone. And she only said like this one isn't being published in the US. Like,
yeah,
I wonder,
she was
like,
specific.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I don't know what would happen.
Something like in the book that like is like too taboo, but like every book around here is dark. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Huh.
Right.
Can't wait for you to read it, Gare.
Because she's not like afraid to like go there.
Right.
Right.
Huh. I don't know.
I'm so curious.
Because it's like kind of like a ghostwriter
Mm.
like situation.
Oh.
I think.
The cover does have it has fire on it too, right? Kind of like The Ghostwriter by Julie Clark.
Yeah. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't... But it's like very like burn after reading. Has a 3.8 on Goodreads.
Sweet. Oh, speaking of burning on the cover. Oh. Okay.
Ooh.
I really like Jennifer McMahon, who is kind of like we haven't talked about her a lot, but like to me she's kind of like Simone St. James, where there's some supernatural stuff, but it doesn't really feel super horror-y. It's more like thrillery. I will say I don't feel like for a lot of people The Children on the Hill is their favorite book, but for some reason like it's definitely mine by her.
Nice.
And maybe it has something to do with I have not read Frankenstein, which I think it's kind of like plays off of. I don't know. But anyway.
Whoa.
I love Frankenstein.
Yeah, so I don't know if I would
Love it.
turn that off or on for some people. I don't know. This is Dual Timeline, and I really liked it. It's 1978. At her renowned treatment center in picturesque Vermont, the brilliant psychiatrist Dr. Helen Hildreth is acclaimed for her compassionate work with the mentally ill. But when she's home with her cherished grandchildren, Violet and Eric, she's Gran, teaching them how to take care of their pets, preparing them home-cooked meals, and providing them with care, attention, and love. Then one day, Gran brings home a child to stay with the family. Iris, silent, hollow-eyed, skittish, and feral, does not behave like a normal girl. Still, Vi is happy to have a new playmate. She and Eric invite Iris to join their monster club, where they catalog all kinds of monsters and dream up ways to defeat them. Before long, Iris begins to come out of her shell, and she and Vi and Eric do everything together. Ride their bicycles, go to the drive-in, meet at their clubhouse in secret to hunt monsters. Because, as Vi explains, monsters are everywhere. In 2019, Lizzie Shelley, the host of a popular podcast, Monsters Among Us, is traveling to Vermont where a young girl has been abducted and a monster sighting has the town in an uproar. She's determined to hunt it down because Lizzie knows better than anyone else that monsters are real, and one of them is her very own sister. It does play with like the idea of monster a lot. I think that that's very cool. And I realized also, again, I do love like a child's perspective in a non-children's book. So I really liked this one.
I really want to read that.
There's a lot going on in it that I like. There are lots of elements.
Yeah, I love like we're in like Vermont, and also there's kind of like this ward like hospital. It's like kind of creepy. I love like the kids' perspective. And then like how do these storylines come together?
Dude, I interviewed her about,
was it Darling Girl?
Yes, about that one, and she was saying like she has like whole concepts come to her in her dreams. It's very like I don't know what the word, mystical almost, like the way she talked about writing.
Yeah.
Like, not super structured, which
Mm,
always just like seems magical to me
yeah.
to be able to do something without structure.
The ending of
And I
Mine was
love, because I'm assuming it, because like the blurb says like a genre-defying novel inspired by Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So then it's cool that the podcaster it's Lizzie Shelley. So I'm assuming that's like a
Mhm.
nod.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've read like 2 books by her, and like one of them I really liked, and then the other one, like I was like, I don't know if this is for me, but like I'm so curious on Children of the Hill and
Mhm.
The Winter People.
That one's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say some of them, in my opinion, are on the like slower side. Like she has a very like beautiful style of writing, in my opinion. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll say
Yeah, it's
like this
very
one to me
like,
felt different than her other ones in a way. And like I'd say the Night Sister, the Drowning Kind, they're kind of like a little slower in my opinion. The Winter People is like creepier, I thought, and
I
like
love
good for
creepy.
winter time, definitely.
wow, that cover is like
Yeah.
Yeah.
creepy and snowy.
I
See,
thought the
maybe I
end of
need to read
Drowning
this one
People
since
was
it's
a
82
strange.
degrees
Sorry.
here.
There
What?
you go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you could do that. You do that. Yeah, she's got a
She's
lot of
really
books.
cool.
hmm
Mm.
I think she lives in Vermont too, doesn't she?
It would make sense. I think all of her books take place there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
I wonder how many times I wonder if I've ever ran into her and just like didn't realize that.
I have.
She seems like a person that's like a really quiet but like super creative, thoughtful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Seems to have a large interior world.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a very nice way to say it.
Mhm.
Unique.
It's what I would say about myself.
Same. I would say that about you too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel very lucky to be allowed inside sometimes.
Same.
Oh, you guys, you can't make
Yeah.
me cry.
I love
Actually, it's really easy to make me cry right now.
I love being a guest in this house.
Just go for it.